Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Leo collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. I'm sure you are. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me about the Leos, my beautiful friends, in early September. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and get this first card flying. What do we got for Leo, please? Guides and spirit team. There we go. You ask and you shall receive. Wow. Okay, we got Lady Luck here for you, my friends. And I haven't seen her pop out for any zodiac sign in quite a while. I always get so excited when she shows up front and center. Look at all that beautiful imagery. To me, that is like very similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Things shifting in your favor. So we might have a very interesting read this week. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about Lady Luck. So you see her there. She's surrounded by gambling implements. There's cards, there's a slot machine, there's poker chips, there's dice. We got four-leaf clovers. And to me, when this card shows up, you might want to play the lotto in some way or fashion. This is someone's luck about to shift and change. Now, generally, this card shows up for two reasons in a reading. Either one, you're going through a tough time and things are about to get drastically better very quickly, which would be very nice. So I'm hoping we don't get a lot of rough energies in the main part of the spread. But for some of you, like, this is a very sudden type of energy, like a sudden onset or shift of something. But it's usually for the better with Lady Luck. This is an extremely positive omen that says luck is on your side. And if it hasn't been, it's about to be. Okay, so this is a very big lucky charm right here in the beginning. I could also say this card could have some karmic undertones. I really don't want to go that route until we get into the main spread, but you could expect various upticks and things for you. Very beautiful energy right in the front. So let's get into tarot now. I always say, yeah, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote, but we always love Lady Luck energy. Let's get you three cards in the upright. We're going to shuffle it one time and see what we got for the Leos in early September, please. Guys, and while we do, let's talk about last week's reading while we get this deck ready. It was a pretty heavy type of energy last week, and it was titled A Serious Burden, and I do distinctly remember 10 of Wands type of energy, like somebody carrying something. Energy levels might have been a little funky in the last week or so. So hopefully you haven't been carrying a burden, haven't been ill or sick or anything like that, because those were the vibes I was getting. But we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, it's a new week. Energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Maybe someone you were linked to is having some burdens. But let's get these three cards out. What do we got for Leo, please? Thank you. All right. Here's this little burdensome type of energy showing up in the front end. We have the Three of Swords. Okay, somebody might be in the feels here when this card shows up. Somebody might be going through it. Let's get you two more. Maybe we'll see a progression of the energy as we move through. Okay, interesting. So we have the Six of Pentacles right here in the center. Big card of equality, very giving. This is once again a card that I link with gift giving. Very nice. Let's get you one more. So complete opposite energies here right in the front end. One more for Leo, please. Thank you. All right, so you're going to get a bonus here. The Five of Pentacles right here on the back end. You're really going to want to watch out for material problems or issues in this time. But you also have the King of Swords right here on the back end. So we're going to talk about this, Leo. We have a mixture of stuff here. We have a very positive energy in the middle. So yeah, maybe your luck is about to start shifting if times have been tough. But let's go through one by one, then we'll get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. Now, at first glance, I look down here. Obviously, I noticed we have an even split and distribution of energy. We have double pentacle cards. We have two cards of the air suit. So air to me is internal, thought-based. Pentacles is all about the external. So for some of you, there could be things revolving around the home or your workspace or money, anything in that realm. So we'll break it down as we go through piece by piece. But let's go in position number one. We have the Three of Swords. Very iconic tarot card. Everybody knows about this card, even if you're very new to tarot, because you've probably seen it on shirts. You've probably seen it on stickers. It's very much prominent out in the world because it's a cool piece of imagery. However, the energy attached to this imagery isn't the nicest. It's not the kindest. It's a little bit cold when we see the Three of Swords. It does represent somebody going through something. So whether it's pain, whether it's heartbreak, I always say this card is on a spectrum. So it could be something as little as feeling a little glum, feeling a little down, like just having a gloomy day, but it could also get amped up to full-on heartbreak and devastation. And we're not going to go that route just yet. I'm just trying to let you know what can be encompassed with this card. Now, the Three of Swords to me could also be mental. So it could represent anxiety, nervousness, stress. So this could be someone's headspace we're taking a look at, their mind state, their headspace. So this is going to be an interesting card for us to take a look at, whether it's you or somebody else. Someone's going through it. Now, in position number 2, we have the most positive card in the reading thus far. And remember, all this could change as we go into clarify. We're just looking at our base structure. We have the Six of Pentacles. Beautiful. Now, this card does have little karmic undertones as well because it does have the scales in it. So I always link this to Libra sometimes, even though it's an earthy energy. But when we see the Six of Pentacles, this is a giving energy. It's a charitable energy. Even though it's Pentacles, it's a card of action and forward movement. Now, this card can also represent equality and things being balanced. Maybe you feel like something isn't fair, or the way someone is acting is not fair, or the way someone is treating something. Like there is an injustice of some kind when we look at the harsh side of the Six of Pentacles, or things are off balance. But to me, this can be an extremely positive card. We could look at increases of money. We could think of generosity. We could think of so many different things. And I always link this to gift giving, where you want to give of yourself. So whether it is a physical gift that you're giving or receiving, it's a good energy. Now, the only thing that's giving me pause here, Leo, and we're going to have to talk about it and connect the dots here. The fact that this is such a giving energy and this is a destitute one, the Five of Pentacles right on the back end, that has to raise an eyebrow because we could have a couple of warnings in this spread, especially when we link the Three of Swords. As with the Pentacles, it can represent your money, your finances, what you do for work, what you do for a living. And the way this energy is flowing, I'm picking up a couple of intuitive things already. Either one, somebody spending to, like shopping therapy. Okay, obviously not every Libra, but someone who's trying to spend to cheer themselves up in some sort of way. And we have this Five of Pentacles on the back end. Or the big one I'm feeling, someone was way too generous, way too kind. When we have the Five of Pentacles on the back end, you gave too much, or you might be feeling like that, like, listen, I gave too much, I was too nice, I was too kind. Maybe someone's feeling that way as well. But when we have the Five of Pentacles, this is a card of feeling abandoned, feeling thrown out there, loneliness, solitude. In the positive, this card could represent somebody who is like going on a brand new journey, saying, you know what was working wasn't working. Now I need to find another place to be. So we have a lot of interesting stuff here, Leo, that could go a lot of different ways. Only take what hits for you, of course, but please watch the spending. I'm saying that already. But as a bonus, we have the King of Swords, big air sign energy. So we're talking Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And when I see the King of Swords, I think of somebody that's strategic, plan-based. If this doesn't represent a person, this is somebody thinking things through and coming up with a plan. It's extremely determined, no nonsense, no BS. It could be serious and stern as well, so there might be something you need to take seriously in this time. Luckily, we did have that Lady Luck in the very beginning, because whatever these energies are, they could be moving through. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Leos, please. Guides and Spirit team, what's going on? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. I got distracted by the energy of that card. But yes, feel free to use your own base knowledge of tarot, because I'm just going with the flow here, my friends. Let's get it going for Leo. My guides. I'm not going to do my usual spiel here in the middle. You already know what I'm doing. Let's get in on that Three of Swords. Something distracted me right here, like looking down at the cards. Let's see what that is. Why is that Three of Swords here? That doesn't ever happen. That might have been the first time that's ever happened where I got distracted like that. Okay, yeah, something could have come to an end, could have come to a stop, or has come to a halt. Or the impending energy of that is something that is really putting a damper on somebody. Okay, I'm getting so many different things, Leo. It's like I'm getting overrun with messages and energy here. So hopefully you're not feeling overwhelmed in this time, but we have judgment in reverse underneath this Three of Swords. This could be some sort of ending, a big ending of some sort that has happened. So whether it was work-related, work-based, whether it was interpersonal relationships, there is somebody who's going through it and they're trying to stop this pain, or they're trying to stop this feeling. They don't like it. They don't want to deal with it no more. Judgment in reverse is a stoppage. Okay, it could also be not letting something return as well, but we're getting a lot of intense energy. Just watch out for various different types of endings. We could see a couple different warnings in this week's spread here, Leo. Judgment in reverse could also represent somebody who's averse to change. So maybe there was someone or something in your life that just wasn't changing, and there's nothing you could do about it, right? It is what it is at this point. You can't teach an old dog new tricks type of energy. So I know I'm giving a lot of different messages here, Leo, but I'm just getting overrun with energies right now. Let's keep moving. Like I said, for a lot of you, it could be various different types of endings, or just someone who's going through it, going through some pain, and they want it to stop. So let's see what's up with that Six of Pentacles. Why is that Six of Pentacles here? Thank you. Okay, yeah, King of Pentacles in reverse. Might have some issues with earth signs, and once again this warning about money. So we're getting a couple of different warnings here that I would say are important and should be treated as such, because we have the realm of the mind and the heart in the front end. Now we're getting, once again, the little warnings about monetary things or work things. The King of Pentacles generally is a card that is super abundant, grounded, in control of certain assets. When it shows up in reverse, it's a little out of hand. It is unruly type of energy. It's uncontrollable type of energy when it shows up in reverse. So when I see it underneath this Six of Pentacles, I feel somebody being very fast and loose with their assets, or just giving too much of themselves to something. Okay, so I would say we have big warnings here about, once again, the monetary, but also the mental and emotional. I would treat these as important from Spirit. Now, once again, I just want to point everyone's attention back to what we saw here. You might just be going through a rough patch, okay? All this isn't like permanent type of energy. It will move through, and it will change and shift out. But Spirit warns for a reason, okay? I've found that out in my years of running this channel. Like, Spirit throws us these little heads up for a reason. If you're meant to see it, if you're meant to stumble on it and watch to this point, just take it for what it is. Okay, but we're going to keep moving over to the Five of Pentacles, because there might be a little more here. And remember, this could be somebody else you're connected to. And if it is, if all this energy is somebody else, they're going through one. Okay, like mentally and emotionally, they might be a mess here. And we'll see when we get to the back end. Okay, warnings here. So why is that Five of Pentacles here? Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So this energy is someone that either did too much or gave too much. Okay, or feels like they did at the very least. So why is that Five of Pentacles here? Pardon me. Okay. Yep, there it is. Ten of Swords right here on the back end, but in reverse. It's not bad. Kind of like pulling off. Well, obviously the Ten of Swords is a challenging energy. I don't want to say that's not bad, but in reverse, that's the best way we want to receive this card. And like I said, it feels like somebody just pulling the Band-Aid off. Like, it's not pleasant. And there is somebody really struggling with how something went, with how something went down. And I did say in the beginning, we have possible endings. In the back end, we also have possible endings. And this might take a while for this individual to heal from it, or to regain composure and get their footing back, okay? The Ten of Swords does represent somebody going back on an upswing. But once again, I just have to say, if this is your energy, Spirit is giving you an important warning for the coming days and weeks, okay? For the mental and the material, the internal and the external. Try your best to stay even keel. We have this scale here. But for another portion of you, if this is somebody else's energy that you're dealing with, they are a mess here. Like, this energy is all over the place. So I feel like it could be a little bit of both even. I mean, take it for what it's worth. If it doesn't hit, that's good. You can check your other alignments. But let's go through. We do have endings showing up. But let's go through real quick. Then we'll get into the shadow card. In position number 1, the Three of Swords with Judgment in reverse. This can represent not letting something return or blocking something from returning. But the big thing I felt was like various things could be ending in this time for you, okay? So whether it's personal relationships, work situations, you name it, there could be various things coming to a close, coming to a halt. And this could represent somebody who's really going through something, they're not enjoying it, and they want it to stop. Moving to the center, we have the Six of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody who gave too much, okay? Somebody who's a little off balance, off kilter. They felt like they were too nice and just gave too much, or they are doing too much. So watch your money. Important warnings all over the place here. On the back end, we have the Five of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords in reverse, kind of like pulling the Band-Aid off. Once it happens, it happens. Once it's over, it's over. But this energy will rebound, but I did say this person, mentally, emotionally, they could be very wound tight or a mess here with the energy we have going, with all the ending energy and the stress. So just take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's get you one shadow card. Shuffle it up and see what's in the shadows for Leo. You know me, I always prefer positive, optimistic reading, my friends, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to give you the messages straight how I receive them. So, but let's see what's in the shadows for you. You know, I always like to pull one extra card at the very end just to take a look, whether it's within you or something that you dealt with a while ago. What's in the shadows for Leo? What's coming? Hanged Man. Okay. So yeah, once again, there could be certain things, or you could be coming up on certain situations or times where it's not really in your hands or your control when I see this Hanged Man. This could also represent you retreating or pulling back or retracting from something when this card shows up. But what do we think of with the Hanged Man? Aside from it possibly being Scorpio energy or Virgo energy, it's an analyzer. It's a planner. Okay, this is somebody stopping and looking at something and breaking it down intellectually and seeing it for what it is. So for some of you, this could be an advice card from Spirit, like, hey, now's not the time for action. Now's the time to take a step back and really dissect something and see why it happened, what's happening. Or now's just not the time to make moves on something. Now might be the time to just wait a second, take a breath, recuperate, recover. Okay, the Hanged Man, for some of you, there could be certain things that are very frustrating that are taking a long time to work through, because this card can be delays as well. But linking back to the reading, the Hanged Man is a card of self-sacrifice, somebody that does for others, that is too nice, too kind. So once again, Spirit could be asking you to like really maybe do for yourself. All right, self-love, self-care in the coming days and weeks. So Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.